Yo, what's going on, hey people of the interwebs? It's that guy, knotlocks, and I'm here doing another video. I had to do it, had to do it on today being February the 6th, Mr. Bob Marley birthday shout out. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe, because today's video we're talking about Mr. Marley and his locks. Check this out. Yeah, definitely here today talking about Mr. Bob Marley. Just read a comment real quick mentioning that today is actually his birthday, and in fact it is. Born February 6, 1945. Bob Marley, singer, songwriter, legend, dreadlock Rasta. You know who he is if you have dreads, if you like reggae. And basically, it looks like today's video is gonna be on Mr. Marley and his locks. I mean, I had to give a shout out to him and the man being his Earth Strong today. So looking into it, you know his kids, Ziggy, Damien, Steven. He's got a lot of kids that make music, and surprisingly enough, I've never put Bob Marley's dread review on this channel. There was one video of Bob Marley before the locks, linked in the description if you want to go check that out. But yeah, definitely something great to look into on this video. So let's get into this. Born in 9 Mile, Jamaica. Don't get confused with 8 Mile Road in Detroit. Definitely not the same place. A few quotes to start this off with. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. Very true quote. Another one. One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. Amazing quote. And one more. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver or gold. Perfect quote to all those Illuminati sellouts that have sold their souls for the fame and the fortune and the gold. It's not worth it. Even Marley's saying that too. It's not worth it to lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver or gold. Keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind before you decide to sell out. But looking at his locks, we all know Mr. Marley has a legendary set of locks. Man of the free-form world for sure. Marley has been growing his hair since a youth, and we seen him first starting his locks like this when they're very afro lock textured. The dread fro was prominent in his career during the early stages. Great to see how they form from this, going into this. It's a really interesting transformation. I'm gonna look for Bob Marley in the early years at first. Again, here with the dread fro, reminds me of my hair when it was growing, like 6 months ago. The dread fro, people keep saying I look like Bob Marley. I don't blame them. We're the exact same breed, the same mix, English Jamaican, so it's coming through like that. Except the roles were vice versa. His mom was black and his dad was white. My mom is white, my dad is black. Looking at this picture of Bob Marley without even any dreads at all, just the afro, you can see how it grows from this into this. Loving the early stages of his locks right now. Another picture here of the dread fro, young Bob Marley. Such a legend, such an amazing figure, and it's so cool that anywhere around the world, you will never hear someone say, "Oh, I hate Bob Marley's music." Like, it doesn't exist. People don't hate on his music for some reason. He had so much power in his tunes. Another picture here with his dread fro. Freeform all the way. He's just letting it grow out, letting it knot up in Congo on its own. This picture looks pretty familiar. That's from my Bob Marley before the dreads video. You can go check that one out as well. So the dread fro was definitely a really good look for Bob Marley. It shows like the wild, the passion, the confidence in his own hairstyle. This is what God created for him. This is how God wants his hair. So he's just letting it grow, jaw on his side. Putting up a spliff there, of course. As his hair started to get longer, you can see that they start to form cylindrical still, even though they're free form. Definitely Congoing up. You can see on the tips a little bit wispy as well. But I mean, to go from that to this is quite the step, and it's a lot of years in the making as well. because you can see when his dreads were really young, let's say, they were really fluffy, very light. They don't start to gain the weight until they start to mature, you know, a couple years in the game. Another picture here, you can see that they're starting to drop at this point as well. The dread fro starting to drop down. You can see a picture here of his locks. I've actually been in this room. This is in New Kingston, Hope Road, in his studio, but now it's opened up as a museum, but you can hang out in this room. It's crazy to actually be there in person. Knowing that Bob Marley wrote a lot of his songs and collaborated with a lot of artists in that environment. And he's saying that, you know, locks are his identity. You know, I feel him, because it was like when I cut my locks off, you know, I didn't feel the same. Having locks on your head really creates a character. And it's almost like who you're supposed to be. It's how your hair is meant to grow. That's definitely not Bob Marley. It's not Bob Marley on Lil Wayne's body. That's disrespect. But yeah, we can see some of his locks now that are actually like starting to mature, because as they get longer, they just get more monstrous, and you can see that they've congoed up like big time. Big, natty, Rastaman locks at this point. No maintenance, just wash and go. That's Bob Marley saying wash and go. You can see here that they're actually flat. The sides, the front here. Congos, like this is 1, 2. This would have been from his dread fro stage, and then it congoed up again, and you can see all the new growth here into a big Congo. So you're always going to notice that they'll grow in stages. So it's like the first set of stage is like when they start to lock, then they'll be dreaded, and then those will Congo up into another dread, and then those will Congo up again into another dread. They always like grow in stages like that. Seeing it here, like this would have been his first stage down here, then it congoed up, and then you see it started to grow again, and then it congoed up, and it made it another big one. And eventually they'll always end up being big like that. Here's a picture of him with his hair on top of his head, all wild and whatnot. And looking at a picture here, you can really see the definition in his locks. There's no, you know, there's a little bit of buildup, and they're like fluff, but not too much of anything, to be honest. And you know, you can see the fluffiness, and you can see how they look, and there's no scarring in his locks at all either. No retwisting scars, no interlocking scars. You know, to really have a set of locks like this takes years of patience and dedication. Definitely shows a lot of commitment to grow locks like Bob. I mean, like, look at this mane. Huge Congo, like massive Congo coming down the side of his head here. Massive on the other side of his locks. So much passion in his face and his songs. Like, it's just crazy to see. Like, I still wish he was alive today. Imagine he was still making music. Like, how epic would that be? How epic. And there's a picture of him with his son. Pretty sure it's his son. It might not be his son. Is it Rohan Marley? I'm not even too sure. Trying to find, I really liked his dread fro stage, to be honest. I think that was the coolest stage, because you don't know that this is going to form into something as epic of what his dreads came to be. You know, you don't really see that too often. So, you know, you got to appreciate the dread fro stage in life all the time, every time. You know, being able to shake his locks around like so. Is that going to load up for me or what? Being able to shake his locks around like this is like pure epicness, because you can see the Congos, boom, boom, one big one now. And then it's like 1, 2, 3 dreads into one big one again. Again, 1, 2, into another big one. Like this Congos on Congos here. It's really cool to see Bob Marley pulling it off. So fresh and so clean. Spreading down the knowledge and wisdom to his sons and daughters. Looking at some more pictures, he's just holding his locks up. Always such a happy man. Always so happy. But the dread fro. Check out the dread fro. Huge fan of it. You know, as sporadic and spontaneous as this video was. It wasn't as prepared as I would have liked it to been. I actually just saw the comment saying it's Bob Marley's birthday today. I had to hop on this video one time real quick. I will be doing a lot more series and coming back to Bob Marley's locks and character on this channel over and over again. I feel that he deserves honestly the #1 spot on this channel, and it's funny that this is the first dread review I've done on his locks. So definitely for this year, stay tuned for a lot more Marley videos. Just clips of you know, quotes that he says and interviews, and I'll give feedback on a lot of stuff because he is honestly my dreadspiration from day one, since a youth, a little pickney, you know. So I'm gonna leave this video off here. Make sure you guys stay tuned and stay subscribed because I got new videos Monday through Friday. And if you haven't yet, go check out the vlog channel where I got videos on the daily. It's a day in the life every day of knotlocks. So a link in the description for that as well. Until then, I'll see you next time. Stay happy, stay nappy. Knot Nation salute. One love. I'll check you in the next video. Peace.